Hi guys, this is a video regarding David Goggins challenge number 1. In this video I will talk about the problems faced by me as a childhood, or what are the odds I am holding up against. First is that my condition is little bit similar to David Goggins, not much like him, because in India too we are in the primitive cultures. We our in the not very much primitive culture, but in the recent cultures, our fathers used to beat our mothers when they were not satisfied with the services, with the services they would provide. In my case my almost 25 years, 25 not 29 years. Father was married was married to a was married to a 19-year-old girl who was just in her ninth grade, not even finished her 10th high school examinations. The maternal uncle and my grandparent, the father of my mother, thought that my father was not yet employed yet, but just his elder brother and his father, that my grandfather, my father's father, was employed as a teacher. They thought that he would soon get a salary, um, get you know appointment as a teacher in any institution, in any government institution for sure. Then they were married. My father does not a bit care about my mother in his prime days. My mother used to care him about him, and uh, did her services, provided her services that was meant to be her very well. But what did she get in return? She was never ever respected a little bit, and that for sure. He also served his father, my father's father, just because he just and when my grandmother refused to serve my grandfather. She she was never rewarded. She was never rewarded, she is not rewarded yet. This this all troublesome things get up flooded in my mind, and in the 2017 year of division of land, a hectic chaos spread into my family, and especially between my parents, that led to me in trouble. That led to the being that led to the that inculcate that you know in gave me, or pushed me into a hell of anxiety and stress. I rushed to every part of my belongings to where I can get rid of this anxiety and stress. And yes, you got it right, that it were my friends I also rushed to. They told me that masturbation is an act which can relieve you from anxiety, and another thing that was afraid to about that time was my short height. They said that masturbation can solve all your problems and can relieve you from anxiety and stress, and I got into it. I get this severe act of destroying my life. I was addicted to pornography. I was addicted to this act. I was addicted to the sexual pleasures, unaware of the harm it gets caught on. Soon I began to realize that this act of masturbation was severely abrupting my physical and mental ability. I was a really bright student at my younger self. Now I am a bright student, you can say too, but I have lost the willingness to study. I have lost the willingness to do physical and mental work. I have lost the willingness to be social, and that's what I am beginning to procrastinate everything. I have been a procrastinator. My hair that is because of this act that my hair is being falling off, and I can't help it towards it now. I have been addicted, though chanting Ram Ram, the my God, has helped me to some extent, and I am being out of this now, but it's not much of that. This addiction is holding me back. This addiction is not allowing me to grow and to let success make it, and to let success make my and to let reach my own goals. This is what this is what that is what about the challenges of challenge number one of David Goggins, who is writing a book Can't Hurt Me. Now saying that what's pulling me back, what are the further challenges I am thinking up to, is that yes, my this feelings of procrastination, my this feeling of laziness, my this feeling of lack of celibacy is holding is incalculating a fear of missing out in me, laziness, procrastination. I want to do but I can't do, is you know pulling me back. It is not allowing me to push me hard to my goals. I know that in nowadays talent is not more, talent is no more enough, and if the things continue for me for further like this for further some years, then I know it's going to be over. I will lose the willingness to survive. I am reading this book Can't Hurt Me, and I'm further up to my Ramji, so that my life will once again set on the right track, and I will get all the powers, all the talents that I once looked up to. Sorry for that. Sorry for sorry. So I will have to say sorry to myself that I have not been, and I will have to say sorry to my mother that I have not been much. Yet I am 18 years of age and not being much, you know, not being able, for not being so skilled to take care of her at it now. But I will one day, I will take care of her. I promise. I promise to myself. I will push myself hard. I will do that one day. I will take care of my mother. I will not anyone allowed to disrespect her. She deserves the most respect than anyone or any other person in this world deserves to be. For me, yet in the eyes of me, I want to do. I want to take responsibility of caring her. She deserves this, but she's not getting this just because of my laziness, just because my habit of procrastination, just because of my lack of celibacy, just because I've lost the willingness to lost the excitement of life. I just want, I just spend hours of logging onto the social media and scrolling and watching the reels. Life is not about it. Life is not about this. Life is very precious. I need to work hard, but I can't. I am in the midway. I don't know whether to go back will be correct. I can't go back and I can't move forward. Moving forward requires efforts, and the back way is already closed. I can't do anything about it. Ramji, please help me. Yes, but I look up to by reading can taught me I can get some courage of pushing me forward. Thank you. This was all about the challenge number one. I am myself standing in my way, and the, and there's some financial problems are standing in my way. But more or less, I can change my. I know if I look for the several opportunities, I can change my financial conditions. The financial conditions and the most of the moreover, I am standing in my way. That's all about the challenge one of David Goggins. Hashtag bad hand can't hurt me.